Apple unveiled the radically redesigned Mac Mini on Tuesday, with versions powered by the M4 chip and a new M4 Pro chip. This new design looks far more mini than before. It's only 5 inches by 5 inches. The entry-level model with M4 gains 2 CPU cores and doubles the built-in memory from 8 to 16 gigabytes, according to Apple PR, compared to, quote, the best-selling PC desktop in its price range. The Mac Mini is up to 6 times faster and 1/20th the size. I think that 6 times faster figure comes from video editing, which is, popular metric for these machines. It's, usually what they're thrown in to do. The M4 Pro now has an extra few CPU and GPU cores, 14 and 20 respectively. The Pro GPU is twice as fast as the entry-level one. The GPU, you get a much more linear increase and like return on speeds when you just double the number of cores. With the M3 generation, it seemed like Apple was like repositioning the Pro chip to be a little less Pro and closer to the entry-level model, but I think with the M4 generation, it looks like they've gone back. This new Pro chip, it looks incredible to me. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that Irfan, because I know that when the M3 lineup of MacBook Pros came out last year, like this is a common complaint.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I think we actually predicted this was going to happen because last year was the year of the Macs, right? Like the Macs chips were the ones that were insane. People were, I think, completely justified in their disappointment on the M3 Pro chips because Apple, I think, took away cores across the board. They didn't really seem that powerful. In fact, in many respects, they were less powerful than the previous Pro chips. And now this year, everyone's forgotten what Apple took away. They're giving something back. And this year, I totally agree. I think it's the Pro chips that are the best upgrade. And the Mac chips or the Max chips have more meager upgrades, right? They toss in a couple extra cores for the CPU, some extra cores for the GPU. The performance increase is definitely good across the board. But I think the value proposition this year, definitely the Pro chips. And for most people, the Max chips have gotten to be so bonkers that this is like the first year that I think I'm looking at the best M4 Max chip that's available, and I'm like, I really actually don't think I would ever need this much power for what I do. Like it would actually be a waste of money. I'm getting ahead of myself. I already answered your question, and I'm already getting into the MacBook Pro, so I'll send it back to you.
They didn't just increase the number of Pro chips from the M3. They increased the number of Pro chips compared to the M2. So like it's a big increase when you're comparing like Mac Mini to Mac Mini because the Mac Mini skipped the M3 generation.
Yep.
The neural engine is 3 times faster than the M1 Pro. I'm pretty sure like they have the same exact neural engine across the entire lineup. So they kept throwing out this 3x faster number, because it's the same neural engine in all of them. I guess the Max chip would have, or no, it would be the Ultra chip that would have double the neural engine performance. So that would be 6x, but it's not what we're talking about today. The M4 Ultra, what is that? That doesn't exist.
Not yet.
It doubles the maximum amount of memory to 64 gigabytes compared to the M2 Pro, and 75% faster memory bandwidth. Interestingly, although both the Mac Mini and the MacBook Pro have the M4 Pro chip, the Mac Mini has a higher RAM ceiling than the MacBook Pro with the same chip. The Mac Mini gets up to 64, but the MacBook Pro only goes up to 48.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. The base model drops USB-A, but it has more ports overall, retaining Ethernet and HDMI. A lot of people were wondering if they were going to have to drop those larger ports when they're shrinking down the size, but they increased the number of ports, and now it has 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports on the back and 2 USB 3 ports on the front. The Pro model has Thunderbolt 5 on the back. Did any of us think Thunderbolt 5 was going to happen at all?
Not on my bingo card.
Yeah, so now it can power 3 6K displays at 60 hertz, transfer data at 120 gigabits per second, twice the speed of Thunderbolt 4. I think if you also just do one display, you can do an 8K display at 120 hertz, which is just insane. Here's a controversial decision. The headphone jack is moved from the back to the front, which does make it easier for plugging in headphones, but a huge pain in the ass for plugging in speakers. Personally, with my Mac Mini, like I've talked about this before on the show, I have a giant speaker that sits beneath my desk. So my headphone cable like runs behind my desk and just plugs right into the back of my Mac Mini. What am I supposed to do if I were to get the new one? Like route the cable around the front? That would be
You're gonna
weird.
hate my
Like
suggestion. Get
maybe
a
like route
dock.
it. It's a desktop computer. It shouldn't need a dock. Like maybe there. I mean, maybe if you have like a one of those fancy displays that has like audio routing through the display, you could plug it into the
Get
display
a get
if you
a
wanted as well.
get a USB or like a USB C audio adapter. See that?
Maybe.
I mean,
You,
look, you
but
could
then that
buy
would
the one
just
they make for
leave a
iPhone.
headphone jack just empty on the front, just like
But see,
staring in the
here's the
face. Like,
thing: it's for headphones, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
to me, I didn't understand the controversy. I was like, why would you not want the headphone jack on the front? It's for headphones. If you want to use speakers, I don't know how many people use speakers with their Mac Mini, and especially doing it with an actual audio jack that goes into a headphone, or an audio cable that goes into a headphone jack. That seems like a rather rare use case. I could be totally wrong about that, but
Well, everybody should have something plugged into their Mac Mini because the speakers that come in it are truly garbage. I get better audio like from an iPhone 7 sitting on my desk than the speaker coming into the Mac Mini. Maybe the new Mac Mini has a better speaker, but they didn't talk about it. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean, the
I'll
fact that
figure
I
something out.
didn't even know it had a speaker at all. So it actually has a speaker in it.
It does, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. So it's already usable. I mean, it may not sound great,
Usable.
but
It's Airphone. It's barely usable.
if
It's
you, I
like
mean, I'm
a
not saying you're going to
true-
listen to Spotify on it, but like if you wanted to
Yeah.
watch a YouTube video or something, or you wanted to hear audio from your browser, like you can do that. Even that is a major upgrade over most PCs because PCs don't have speakers built in unless you have a laptop or something.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's that insurmountable of an obstacle. It's like you could literally spend $20 and buy the adapter they make for iPhone, and your problem will be solved.
Do you have a drill?
I do have a drill, yeah.
Just
Welcome
drill
back,
a hole
Lewis.
in your desk.
I wouldn't.
Just thread it right through there.
I spent a lot of money on this desk. I wouldn't tarnish this desk. Let's see. It's the first Mac that's carbon neutral. So they finally figured out how to make something other than one model of Apple Watch carbon neutral. That's nice. The price on the base model is still $599. I think the Pro version is a little bit higher at $1399, but it's still a great value for what you're getting, especially considering how awesome that Pro chip is.
Yeah, man, I wish I had a reason to need this. If I didn't need something portable, this is the Mac I would buy, especially because I have the studio display. This is kind of like the perfect machine for video editing. It's such a great price. It's such a tremendous value. It's really all I need, and I think for most people that's probably true. Although I think the iMac is a great machine for those people that don't already have screens. But dude, talk about a great value. It's just I can't, man. I really do need something portable, and this is the reason why I bought the Mac Studio and then ended up selling it because it just sat on my desk, and I don't want to be tied to my office. I wish that weren't the case for me, but for those of you that don't have that same need, this is really the best Mac that I think you can get for the price. And an order of magnitude in improvement over any other Mac Mini that we've ever had. Like this is the best that the Mac Mini has ever been by an order of magnitude. Maybe is a better way of saying that. Like the amount of improvements that you get here are just really tremendous for the price that you have to pay.